might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Friday, the end of the week. Friday, yes, we have made it to the end of the second week of 2024. Today is Friday, January 12th, 2024. It is currently 7:22 a.m. Eastern Time. So, this is the Coffee and Kata Show. If you do not know who I am your host, Tech Coach Ralph, where we are engineered to win. Yes, we are. That is what we do here. To start us off, last night we had a crazy, crazy show. Everything was going well. We were configuring Selenium, Cypress, Playwright, through TypeScript, and then we had this annoying issue with Cypress at the end that I still need to fix, but it was going great. We were doing it on, we're using the application that the YouTuber Jared Calculus Coder built. A very cool application, and we got to talk about testing. We got to explore some of the HTML code. It was really, really, really fun, really good stuff, very exciting. Tons of things to learn, especially if you are a software engineer, full stack developer, and especially if you are a Q engineer. So I would highly, highly recommend that you go check out the live stream from last night. Like I said yesterday, we like to do it live so you can see all the troubles that we run into. And as I was saying, as a software engineer, full stack developer, it's very insightful too, because I'm sure that going through the code, looking at how to automate it, looking at the selectors, that gave Calculus Coder some insight as well on how to structure the code, what to look up. So the HTML can actually be testable by the QA team. All right. So just so much information all around. It was very fun. We went for like over 3 hours. Usually on Thursday nights I like to go for like 2. But I said like towards the end, we are not going to stop when the timer runs out. We're not going to stop when we are tired. We are going to stop when we are done. So that's what we did. We were able to automate getting to the registration page on Selenium and on Playwright. We had that issue in Cypress that I'm going to investigate a little bit more to find out what's going on. But it was great. So I want to thank everyone who was there last night with me, who watched and enjoyed and all that good stuff. So just give a round of applause to you real quick. So, like I said, this is the Coffee and Kata Show. We are going to get into our news stories. Just wanted to make a quick announcement that we have the latest episode of The Bug Bite being released at noon Eastern Time today. It's already scheduled for premiere. It is going to talk about the AT&T network collapse, which happened in 1990 because of a software bug. So you definitely want to read it. And very simple code that was missed, which shows the importance of unit tests, of software testing and everything like that. So you definitely want to tune into that at noon. So go ahead and just when you go to that video and just click notify me so that you will be notified when it premieres. It's going to be a very, very good episode. All right. So definitely check that out. and we're going to be going live on Sunday, where we are going to be talking about. We're going to be using Terraform so that the application that was created by my tech barbarians, we are going to use Terraform to. So last time we did Terraform for the Elastic Beanstalk setup, and we did it for Route 53. So we have that Terraform code already, right? Next up is we're going to do the same thing, but for the code pipeline for our GitHub integration and for our certificate, right? So we're gonna put it all together, see how that works, and we're just going to do what we do, all right? So that is the plan for our upcoming shows. So check that out. Stay tuned in. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can know everything that's going on. And go ahead and like the video for the algorithm. Share the video with everyone so they can get this amazing information as well. And check out the Patreon to see everything that's going on in there, or you can sign up for one-on-one coaching sessions as well. So that is www.techcoachralph.dev. All right. So happy to get these announcements out of the way. Let's jump in. Let's put up our timer and let's jump in with our 5-minute timer. And let's get into these news stories. All right. So the first story is Tesla hikes pay in wake of UAW win. It reminds me of remember Scooby it's the Scooby Doo cartoons, right? Like those pesky kids. All right. So Tesla, in an apparent attempt to outrun union organizers, hiked pay for workers at its California car plant. I think they need to get him out of California in the first place. But all right, a flyer posted at the facility said all production workers would receive an unspecified market adjustment pay increase. It's the latest automaker echoing moves at Toyota, Volkswagen, and Hyundai to raise wages at U.S. car plants after the United Auto Workers secured historic contracts, including 25% pay bumps at General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis last year. UAW President Sean Fain has said he's ready to take the EV maker on. Workers at the Tesla plant have already formed a UAW organizing committee, Bloomberg has reported, citing anonymous sources. The EV maker last month boosted pay by about 10% for workers at its Sparks, Nevada Gigafactory. Tesla is currently appealing to a 2021 National Labor Relations Board ruling that it broke labor law, including by firing an activist in a prior organizing effort. The company, with 140,000 workers globally, employs more than 20,000 at its Fremont, California plant. Right. So this is going to be very, very unpopular thought, but you always hear about, the companies are going offshore. The companies are going offshore. They're taking our jobs away and stuff like that. This is part of the reason why they go offshore, because there's no unionizing in offshore, and just if you continue to increase the cost of the companies, then number one, either the price gets passed on to the consumer, or they're just going to they're going to give the pay raises, but then they're going to fire or they're going to lay off a good majority of the people, and then they're going to offshore it where people are going to be thankful for their employment and not not strike against organize against the companies. And you know what, at this point, I'm like, if I was in the position of leadership at these companies, I would start looking to take my manufacturing offshore, keep the tech and the engineering and everything in house, because we do have stellar innovation here, but and start building these robots out. So it is what it is. All right, let's jump into our next story. All right, so gaming takes off at Netflix, right? So, Cafe Corner, take a look at this article, right? So, Cafe Corner is my friend and a content creator, focuses on Lego for adults. So check out her channel. But it says after 2 years, Netflix's big bet on gaming may finally be starting to pay off. Netflix games download Netflix games downloads increased more than 180% year over year in 2023, according to data cited by TechCrunch. Its games were downloaded more than 81 million times worldwide last year, up significantly from 28.7 million in 2022. A major driver of those downloads, Grand Theft Auto. Netflix's three offerings from the series made up about 17% of all its 2023 downloads. Netflix showed Netflix shows are also represented with games based on The Queen's Gambit and Narcos included in the catalog. So, shout out to Netflix Gaming. They are growing. I know a lot of people are interested in getting involved in games development as well as game testing. All right, so definitely something to look more into. All right, let's get into our next one. So Amazon layoffs hit Audible, right? So speaking of unionizing and stuff like that, Audible, the Amazon-owned audiobook and podcast platform, is letting go of roughly 100 employees. CEO Bob Kerrigan broke the news to staffers in an audio memo on Thursday, citing a need for the company to get leaner and more efficient. That's how it goes. That's how the cookie crumbled, as my friend says. The layoffs represent about 5% of Audible's workforce and are among several Amazon announced this week. The tech giant also eliminated 700 or several hundred roles at Prime Video and MGM Studios and about 500 positions or 35% of the team at its live streaming site Twitch. Oh, I didn't know Amazon owned Twitch. Okay. I don't know much about Twitch, to be honest with you. Earlier Thursday, rival Google too announced hundreds of job cuts. All right. So just like we were speaking of, the way that things are going, and there's also accountability on the companies too for bad planning and stuff like that. But like I've said before, I would rather have the opportunity to work at Amazon for a few years than not have it at all, because that is going to look super impressive on the resume. Okay. So let's jump into our next article. Google lays off hundreds of workers. All right. So Google has joined Amazon in a slew of other U.S. businesses in announcing layoffs this week as it looks to cut costs and redirect resources towards artificial intelligence. The search giant said it cut hundreds of jobs on Wednesday across multiple divisions, including workers on Google's digital assistant, hardware, and engineering teams. The co-founders of Fitbit will also be leaving. It comes just as fellow tech giant Amazon said it would cut hundreds of jobs from its Twitch streaming service, Prime Video, and Audible divisions. Both companies are reversing some of their pandemic hiring sprees. Yeah, because like they were going crazy during the pandemic, but now they're like, it's not working. But like I just said, right? I would have if I was looking during the pandemic, I would have been happy to get on these big name companies because that is going to help you in the job search. At least I believe so. Can I confirm that? Not really, but I do think working at Amazon or Google is super impressive to see on the resume, especially if you're just doing some random work that doesn't bring much value, then maybe not so much. But I do think that I do think if you are in tech and engineering at one of these companies, it looks pretty good. But like I was saying, people are always so afraid of AI, but they're looking to cut costs in a lot of other areas so they can focus on AI because that's the future. So if you reject the future, then you will be left behind. All right. So, and let's finish up. Alphabet cuts 12,000 jobs, or about 6% of staff, last January, and Amazon cuts more than 25,000 jobs in 2023. Other recent layoffs include video game product maker Unity Software, which is letting go of 1,800 people per Reuters, and Duolingo, which is eliminating 10% of its contractor positions as artificial intelligence takes on some of their work. You know, you guys get worried about AI. That's why I say learn how to be part of AI instead of fighting against AI because it is a losing battle, certainly. All right. A court advisor said Thursday that Google's roughly 2.7 billion EU antitrust fine should be upheld. All right. So, and let's finish up with our very last article for today. Let's go to the next one. It seems like the theme of this morning is AI. So AI dominates CES 2024. As CES 2024 entered its third day on Thursday, the focus amid the product unveilings and new technology remained on artificial intelligence. Companies moved away from disembodied assistants like Siri and Alexa, with LG debuting a Jetsons-inspired housekeeping bot to help with chores. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking, and Samsung giving a Bally robot new projections capabilities so it can entertain a pet or beam video calls onto walls. In the realm of generative AI, Walmart, Amazon, and Nvidia all announced new features within their products. Volkswagen said it will integrate Chat GPT into its vehicles, and SAGFAFTRA struck a deal on AI generated voices in video games. LinkedIn News is bringing you the latest and greatest CES through Friday, January 12th. All right. So that is our news stories for today. A lot centered around layoffs and AI, right? Um, Layoffs suck, but you do have to stay up to date with the trend. If you are going in saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna do my job. I'm just gonna do my job and nothing else," then you'll be a candidate because you, like I always say, you have to add value and you need to plug in. You need to be a Swiss Army knife. You need to be willing to go above and beyond so that you can bring value. And not only do you get reward for that via promotions, via raises, and everything like that, but you reduce the risk of being laid off, and you make people enjoy working with you, all right? So always push forward, always go for gold, all right? So that is our news stories for today. We are going to jump into our coding challenge for today. So which one are we going to do? All right, let's put 20 minutes up on the clock. We have about 20 minutes left. So we will go with 20 minutes. And let's go back to, we're going to do Code Wars today. So, all right, let's see. What are we going to get into today? Let's see if we can zoom in a bit. Can I go one more? Okay, there we go. Where's our coffee? And I was supposed to start the show off with a quote from a book, but we'll do that on Monday. I totally forgot. I need to, like I said, my mind goes crazy sometimes. All right. So I have no idea what bit counting is. So we are going to skip that one. Let's see. Detect pangram. A pangram is a sentence that contains every single letter of the alphabet at least once. For example, the sentence "The quick brown fox jumps over a lazy dog" is a pangram because it uses the letters A through Z at least once. Case is irrelevant. Given a string, detect whether or not it's a pangram. Return true if it is, return false if it's not. So I'm pretty sure we're not going to get through this one today, but it will be good to start. So I like that one though. All right. So let's click train and let's get to it. All right. So like we did last time, we are going to run our test to see what we get, right? So we have, so the test that's being ran, let's expand it for a second. So test describe. So it says, all right, define sample test, test. Why does this look like Java for some reason? Uh okay. Anyway, so it doesn't matter. Let's see. So test equals true. So passing in the into this, these would be false. All right. All right. So first and foremost, how do we get started with this? We need to determine um okay, so we need to all right, so let's write it out, right? What I like to do is write it out. So we need to say letters in alphabet should appear once in the string, right? And it doesn't matter the case, right? And let's see, instructions. It doesn't matter the case. All right. Return. So let's say if all letters are in string, return true, and else return false, right? Um all right, so now let's do so let's start off a very basic, right? We're gonna say, so I'm gonna take this over here. I'm gonna put it on top. And let's say, let's start off really basic, right? Let's just do if one letter is in if one letter is in the let's say A, right? If A is inside of the pangram, then let's return true. If it's not, then we'll return false, right? So let's say if S equals A, uh, return true, else return false, right? So let's just test this real quick. What did I do? Oh, I need to, my bad. So this needs to go like that, right? So let's try that again. Let's test. And this is good because A is not even in this one right here. So let me see. Let's see. Should return false should equal true. Should return false for not a pangram. That's weird. Test not a pangram. Should return false, but that one. Okay, so that one returned false because it doesn't equal A. False should return true. Okay, so all right, so S is not, but let's say if S, let's do if A is in S. Let's try that way instead. Let's see, test. That should. Let's make sure this is Python, right? Yeah, that's Python. So all right, so so let's see if Python if character and string. Let's see. Or it could be contains, I guess. Let's see. If Apple is good, print. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, it's just in. There's no is. All right. My bad. If A in, so that one should return true. Test. That's why we do Koffee and Kata in the morning, so we can make our little mistakes here and we don't have to make them everywhere else. All right. So although our test pass is because our what we're defining at is not like correct, right? It's not based on the instructions. So we're going to make it right. So we're gonna say, let's see. Let's say I don't think I want to type out all the letters though, but okay, whatever. Let's say. So how can we find out if all the letters are in the string? So we can say if we create. So let's say we create a list of the characters, and we can loop through each character in the list, right? See. We can loop through each character in the list, right? Still with me? And we could check if that character is in the list. If character is not in the list, return false, right? So instead of returning true here, we're going to say if the character is not in the list during the loop, return false. But if you can get through the loop, then return true, right? So that's what I'm thinking. All right. So so at the end, if uh, if all characters, or not even all characters, if the loop completes for all characters, then exit loop and if and return, or just say exit loop, and then we'll say return true, right? So that is the idea behind it. So what we're going to do, so let's first and foremost, we're going to create our list. So our list is going to be, let's say alphabet equals, and we're going to, I wish there was a better way to do this, but, and we have to ignore the case as well. Let's say, okay, so I know what we can do for that. So, and, all right, so no case sensitivity. So we also have to change change S to be lowercase, right? Or change input to be lowercase. All right. Okay, so we're going to do I wish there was a better way to do this. C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y and Z. All right. So Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? All right. Let's see here. Let me make this bigger as well so you guys can have a better view of this. All right. So we have our alphabet, and now we can say, so we got this part done, right? Where we are, right, where we're looping. So we have our list of characters. So we're going to say done. So now we have to loop through each of these. All right. So what we're gonna do, we are going to loop through it, and we're gonna run the test so we can, and we're just gonna print it out so we can make sure that it all shows, right? So for letter in alphabet, print letter, right? So now we should we should just be able to print it all out. Cool. So let's go to let's run it real quick. And like I said, right, I like to get those. I like that immediate feedback loop to let me know if I'm on the right direction. If I go ahead and do everything all at once, then I'm going to and then it doesn't work. I won't even know where to look. Right. So that's the concept of TDD, of test driven development, so that we can get immediate feedback and we don't get too far ahead of ourselves. All right. So let's run it. So remember, this is not really passing, but this is what we wanted to see, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way down to the bottom. So that's correct, right? So remember, these tests are not really. It was just a test or this test right here. We're just making sure we could find the letter A in it, right? So now we have this loop. We are going to pass in here. So that's done. So this is done. Loop through each character in the list, right? Done. And now we're going to check to see if the character is in the list, right? So we can get rid of print letter. We're going to say if letter in S, or I should say not in S. If letter not in S, right, then return false, right? Else, or return capital F, like we saw last time, return false, right? So it'll be looping through here. And if the letter is not in S, it's return false. So let's just get rid of this altogether. Oh, and we need to turn our S into lowercase. Oops. How do you? Like I said, I don't remember stuff, right? Python, character to lowercase. Lowercase in Python, and we are just gonna go with. Is it just low? It's just lower. Okay, cool. It's just lower because like there's in Java, because in Java it's like two lowercase. It's different amongst different languages. So I don't memorize. I don't remember each of them, right? So I just when I need a particular thing, I just go ahead and look for it. All right. So now we have if letter not in S and S goes to lower, so it can match to this, right? Then return false, right? So we're going to stop at that. We're not going to do our other case yet because we just want to make sure that, for instance, this one should return false, but this one, I guess this would pass because I don't know. Let's see. So okay, so this one is returning none because it is because it's true, but we're not returning a true, right? So that's why this is none. So this is correct because we haven't added our return true yet. But this one passes because the letter, the letter in alphabet is not like each of these. It doesn't find it in here, so there's no A in this one, right? So now let's go to our last condition, where if it gets able to get through the entire loop, let's go out one. We're going to return true, right? And so it's looping through all the letters. It's checking if that current letter that it's on is in the string that's being passed, but it's passing the string to lower. So that's why because let's say we didn't put this right here, right? Let's say we didn't put this. Well, okay, we'll test that, right? Because let's go right. So let's go here and I'm gonna take this off, right? So let's run it because this should still pass because all of these are lowercase, right? But we're still getting this, right? So let's say we go here and we do return true because right, but because of this capital T, that should also fail, right? So let's run that. Oh, why does it pass? It shouldn't pass. Is it transforming it to lowercase somehow? Let me see. I didn't think that would pass because of the T. Hmm, interesting. If letter not, I'm going to add another. See, let me add another test here, right? So let's say, mm, should return false. Do this real quick. Print letter. Let's see if we do that. That's only printing A. Oh, it's printing the letter. That's not okay. That makes sense. But if we go here and we test, and we should get it in here too. All right. So I don't know why it's taking the T over there, but it's only getting the A for the. Oh, because the A is not in there. So as soon as it gets in here, it returns false because it couldn't find the A. So let's do this. Let's go and let's copy this test, right? And let's go here and let's put A in here, but let's take out Z, right? And this is how we test, right? I'm gonna add another one in there for
Lunch break! Lunch break!
And now you also get a master class in testing while we are doing our coding kata as well, right? So I'm just gonna put, let's see. So that returns false because there's no Z. I say this is true though. This one, false should return true. Hmm, not really, because I thought I would have to do in here lower. Not sure why. So if letter does case, it should. Yeah, it's case sensitive. I don't know. That's weird. Let's see. Anyways, we're about to wrap it up, but let's see what we got. So alphabet for letter in alphabet. For each letter in here, print the letter, which we're seeing here. And if letter not in S, and S is going to lowercase. Let's do this. Let's print S and test. I hope you understand like the way that we test, right? So see it's T. And let's just do print. And let's go here. I like to be very, very thorough. It's not even okay. It's not even getting into here for the ones that pass. All right, let's submit it. Let's see what happens. I'm curious. I'm not. I don't like that. I'm getting a like when I don't have the lower that this is still passing because I would expect it to fail if it gets to lowercase t. If it's and it's looking at the lowercase t. Oh, okay. Never mind. I see why because okay, this is why it's all right. So if we, I just like my test to be thorough. So if we go to this last one and so if we test this, okay, gotcha. Okay, I think we're good. We are good to go. Let's get rid of this test, which doesn't matter. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave them because those are good tests. To be honest with you, good scenarios, good tests, right? So Z, and this should be false. Run these tests. Oh. Should return false for not a pangram. Letter in S. Should return. That's true. Oh, because we're lowering it. Okay, that's what it is. So if we take that lower off, then that should be false, right? Okay, gotcha. Okay, that's what it is. So okay, so then let's say lower, and then this should be true. Test that one more time. Awesome. Thorough testing is the key, right? So I know getting started, it's hard to write unit tests and stuff like that, because they teach you how to code before they teach you how to test. I think it's so much more important to learn how to test before you learn how to code, because that's just going to make your code so much more robust, so much more, so much cleaner. All right. So let's think about that. All right. So let's go ahead and let's run our attempt to see how we did. Attempt. And we are good to go. It says correcto mundo. You may take your time to refactor, comment your solution, submit when you're ready. All right. So let's get rid of the prints in there. And let's get rid of that print. And what I want to do is I'm going to comment what I did so it's easy to understand. So we got that. Because I know like I see solutions where they do like these one liner code and stuff, but to me, it makes it like kind of hard to read and like let's say somebody's coming in, like you're writing production code, somebody's coming in behind you, then yeah, your code looks super cool like in that one line, but if it's hard for someone to understand it and to break it down and they have to like jump through hoops and stuff, then it's not really efficient. So I like in everything that I'm doing to practice writing production level code so that like if we're working on a team together, then we can then you can easily understand what's going on and you can like you don't have any troubles, right? So I don't have to spend hours and hours explaining to you. You can just read through the code. Um, I I try to reduce the amount of comments I put, and I try to make my methods, my variables, the names of those to be very informative. Sometimes they're kind of long, but they are informative enough so that you don't have to write a bunch of comments and stuff like that. Um, if the loop, so if it's okay, so if the character is not in the list, return false. And then if the loop completes for all characters, we're going to exit the loop and we're going to say return true. And we don't need a comment for that one. All right. And we can get rid of this now. And we can say letters and alphabet. So this is part of the instruction, so we don't need all of that. And we go here and we say we run our test one more time before we attempt. And we are still looking good. Let's attempt again. And we are golden to go. Let's go ahead and submit our test or our code challenge. Submitting our final kata. And we are done. So let's take a quick look. We got the description, our test cases. So these are the different pentagrams that were used. And let's see. I was very satisfied with it. And let's see. Some other solutions. Uh, oh, I could have just did it that way. Okay, cool. Yeah, because yeah. So I guess I didn't have to write that whole string out, but that's cool. But the same logic that I use. So I would say yeah. This was I could have did this part better because I thought I needed to. But yeah, like in Python, it does convert a string to a list. So that could have worked. So okay, so that's a good reminder. They did S to lower. So okay, that's cool too. I did it over here, but that's cool. If character not, but this logic right here is exactly like the one that I had. Only difference is this part right here. So that's pretty amazing. That's pretty awesome. We were right on. And you say so this is this is the part where it starts to get um hard to like you know, but it's all good. Anyways, NT ways. Let's go back here. Let's end this show for today. So that was it. That was our coding challenge for today. Let's go out there and make it a productive Friday. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hope you had fun in going through the news stories and checking out and doing this coding challenge with me. We will be back again for another morning show on Monday. So check that out. We are like I said, we have the bug bite coming out at noon today, and we're going live on Sunday. We're going to be using Terraform, so check that out as well. All right. So, and before I take off, we have Operation Tech Takeover saying peace and blessings, bro. Have a great day. You have an amazing, amazing day as well. All right. So with that being said, we are going to take off. You guys have a great day. It's Friday. Enjoy, but make sure you still get to work and you work hard. All right. On that note, this is Tech Coach Ralph signing off on another episode of Koffee and Kata in the morning.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.